I think we're giving away FIFA this time, actually. Never mind. That's coming, FIFA's coming, but we're giving away a shirt for this. So answer all 4 of those questions. I said D, no, it's 4. 4 is the number I'm looking for. All right, guys, welcome back. It's another Monday. It's cold, it's rainy in New York. It's not great weather. I just got off a plane too. I'm a little sleepy, so let's do this. The FIFPro nomination list has dropped 55 names for the World 11. And of that World 11, I'm gonna give you 3 names that I think should make it. This is 25,000 pros around the world voted for the noms. So I'm gonna give you Keylor Navas as one of the names, the 3 that I think should make the first 11. He's just won his 3rd Champions League in a row. The guy gets disrespected by his team. They buy another keeper. Thibaut Courtois, of course, he's fantastic, but I'm putting Keylor Navas on the list because he deserves it. He deserves respect. Diego Godin, I want to be on this list. I think Godin is the best defender in the world. I think he should be recognized as such. For that, I think he should be on that list for sure. And then Luka Modric. I mean, Luka Modric is getting plenty of praise. He doesn't need more from me, but I just want to shout out Luka Modric because he's been incredible. He was great for Real Madrid. He's great for Croatia, and he's one of those players that a lot of times in recent history haven't quite gotten recognized as much as they probably should be because they don't score a lot of goals. They don't necessarily make the flashy plays all the time, but shout out Luka Modric. For you guys, the question we want to know from you is, who do you want to see in the FIFPro 11? USA Mexico is tomorrow night. US just came off a 2-0 loss to Brazil. I was impressed by a lot of the players in the US in the Brazil game. Obviously disappointing to see them lose, but it was a full-strength Brazil. And Brazil were good, you know. I was really impressed. It was good to see Tyler Adams play. It was cool, really good to see a lot of these really young US players that are gonna be the future of this national team for the next 6, 8, 10 years, over the next couple, hopefully, World Cups. But yeah, Uruguay beat Mexico 4-1. So the game is going to be a lot of fun. I think both of these teams have a lot of young players, up-and-coming players. They're kind of both in interesting transition periods. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But for you guys, we want to know what you guys think the score of the USA-Mexico game is going to be. Get down in the comments. That's question number 2. Holler at us. Score of the US-Mexico game. All right. Talking a little bit of MLS as well, and don't worry, we're going to get to you guys' questions as well. Can Rooney lead DC United into the playoffs? Right now they're sitting at 8th in the Eastern Conference. They've got, I think, a couple games in hand, but they've got 7 straight home games to get into the playoffs, which is, honestly, if you're asking me, are DC going to make the playoffs? 7 straight home games, and I think they're 6-2 at Audi Field. I don't even believe they've lost yet. I think they're 6-0-2. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna call DC United make it into the playoffs. But you guys, number 3 question for you is, can DC make it? All right, now Diego Maradona has taken over at Dorados de Sinaloa in the 2nd tier of it's not Liga MX, it's
Liga MX.
Okay, all right, so it is Liga MX, 2nd tier, which is an incredible situation. I think it's gonna be so much fun to watch, just all the hype around Maradona in Mexico. He's talked a lot about how he loves Mexican soccer. It's also a little bit of interesting tidbit where Sinaloa is, where he's gonna be. So with Maradona's history, it's gonna be fun. The team is winless in their first 6 matches. There's a long way to go to the top of the table. Promotion, relegation, or just promotion in general in Ascenso is a little bit up in the air right now. I think they've suspended it. But the question we want to know from you guys is, when will Dorados get their first win under Maradona? First game, 2nd game, 3rd game? Will he never get a win? When's it going to come? That's what we want to know from you guys. So that's the 4th question. Get down in the comments, answer all 4 of those for a chance to win a t-shirt. Also, we're giving away FIFA, so make sure you click the card that's right here in the top corner. If it's on the other side, I'm gonna look real dumb. But click that card, get in there, and we're giving away a copy of FIFA 19. All right, last week's t-shirt winner is Kevin Barco Ladinez. Shout out Kevin, he got down in there and answered all 4 questions. He followed the rules. When you follow the rules, you get rewarded. So shout out Kevin, he's getting a t-shirt. holler at us, get in our DMs, Twitter, IG, whatever. You can even holler at us on community, I believe. Just get in our DMs, holler at us so you can grab that shirt. Now, we're gonna get to you guys' questions. Only Dan asks, who will win, Mexico or the US? I'm risking the wrath of our Mexican fans when I say this, but I honestly think the US is gonna win this one. I think they're a little bit more of a unit right now. I think Mexico, having just lost their coach, without a coach, with a little bit more of a transitional period right now. The US have been without a coach for a little while. Dave Sarakin's been coaching them for a minute, so they are actually familiar with his methods. It's not like it's a huge departure from what they've been doing for a while. And I think it's gonna be really close. I think both of these teams have so much potential over the next few years, but I think this match here, I'm gonna say the US will just sneak it. Chewy Stunts, what a name, Chewy Stunts. Should there be concerns with both the US and Mexico's national teams still not having a set manager? Yes. Not quite as much for Mexico, I think. It hasn't been that long, so they got a little bit of time to figure that out. But for the US, I really think Ernie Stewart needs to get a permanent manager for this team, someone who can take us forward, kind of establish a set way to play so that everyone who comes into the setup has an idea of how we're going to play as a nation, how we're going to move forward. So I think we do need to go ahead and get ourselves a manager.
Think they have to speak English? That's what
No, they don't need to speak English. I think in the job description it says must speak English. I don't care if the manager speaks English. That's why we have translators. Yeah, so I'm not about that. Majin Buu, another sick name. Majin Buu, just shout out Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, how much of a disgrace is Neymar to the game of football? That's harsh wording, but I think he's referring to either the diving or his comments about DeAndre Yedlin saying he doesn't know him. Stuff like that's actually funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably disrespectful. It's actually wildly disrespectful, but on my side, I mean, I still think stuff is funny like that. I'm not old enough to be like angry about things like that, I guess. So no, I don't think he's a disgrace. I think it's funny. I think DeAndre Yedlin knew that he probably was gonna get some sort of blowback for that. It's funny all around to me. I don't care. Eduardo Navarrete says, what do you think of Peckerman leaving the Colombian national team? I think he did really, really good work for that national team, especially being an Argentine coaching a Colombian national team. You know you got to work hard to win those fans over, but James Rodriguez spoke in really, really glowing terms of Peckerman. He said he did a lot for him. And I think it's going to be tough for Colombia to find the next manager who can do what Peckerman did with that nation. So it's going to be a big transition for them, and I think they're a little bit worse off for it, at least right now. All right, guys, it's raining, so I apologize to do this to you, but we're just gonna turn around. Chapo Arenas wants to know, what are your thoughts on El Clásico America versus Chivas? I was just there yesterday in LA, and the atmosphere in that stadium, I think there were like 70,000 something fans. It's the first time they've had that match, I think, in LA in 13 years. The atmosphere was absurd. They brought some of their, I'm sure some fans came from Mexico. The LA fans were incredible. The noise, the smoke, the whole stadium was shaking. Obviously it was a friendly, but it felt like a match with real significance. That atmosphere was incredible, so I thought it was great. Luis Silva, Santisteban, do you think winning the UEFA Nations League will ever be considered as prestigious winning tournament-style international competitions as the Euros, or will it just be glorified friendlies? I think we're going to look at UEFA Nations League kind of like we look at like Confederations Cup and tournaments that don't necessarily matter in the grand scheme of things, but are very important markers. But then again, Nations League is going to matter. It's going to matter for places in Euro 2020 and places in qualification. So I honestly think this is a great move for FIFA, for it to change, for UEFA to change this and make friendlies matter. So yeah, I think this is awesome. Adon H wants to know when Emery will bench Czech. I would like to see it be soon. No disrespect to Petr Cech, but I think his time has passed. and they paid 20-something million for Bernd Leno, and I think my guy needs his chance. Put my man on the field. Put him on the field. Aaron Terozzi wants to know, will Chelsea challenge for the league title? I think yes. I'm going to stick with my prediction that City win. I think Liverpool are also the next closest team that's going to be able to push them. But Chelsea, I really do think they're going to push for the title. I think Maurizio Sarri is doing really good work with that team. We just put out a video, 5 reasons Chelsea can win it. So go check that out for more in-depth reasons that Chelsea could go on and do this thing. Dave asked, hey Aaron, any adjustments you'd like to make to your Premier League table predictions 4 games into the season? I personally think Liverpool will win it. Right now, here's what I'm gonna say. City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs. That's my 1, 2, 3, 4. Yumi Telemak wants to know, he says, do you really think that Antoine Griezmann would come play for Inter Miami FC if Beckham calls him? Listen, Griezmann has been 100% straight up about what he wants to do. He said he wants to win a couple more trophies. He wants to win Champions League, and I think he maybe wants to win another league title, and then he's like, I'm coming to America. He loves American culture so much. He wants to be here so bad, so 100% if he gets himself a Champions League trophy and maybe another, or just in a few years, I almost think it's a guarantee we will see that man in MLS. And if it's Miami at that point, he said it's gonna be either Miami or LA, so, I mean, yeah, we'll see him soon. All right, Football Galaxy wants to know, will Cristiano Ronaldo score his first goal for Juventus anytime soon? Yes, I think so. I don't think he'll score against Sassuolo in their next match. I don't think he'll score against Valencia in Champions League, but I think he will score against Frosinone. I think that's the next match. So I'm calling it Frosinone 3 matches from now. Put it on the board. Nathan Rodriguez, who will get further into the MLS playoffs? Atlanta United or New York Red Bulls? Andrew, our shooter, is thumbing his Red Bulls jersey, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be Atlanta United. I think that team's really damn good. I think they got a lot of momentum. They've got the best goal scorer in the league, and I think they're actually my favorites right now to win it all. So I'm gonna say Atlanta United. Andrew's now giving me the finger, which means today is over. Thank you guys for joining us. Get down in those comments, holler at us. We'll catch you next time.